It's considered bipolar.
Welcome to STL.SOCIAL Live. My name is Rita. I'm here today with Ruka.
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm great. So, Ruka, tell us a little bit about you, your style of music.
My style of music is considered bipolar swing. It's basically, all my music is based on emotion. So I just take, whatever I'm feeling, that day, or, whatever I'm going through that day, and I put it on paper and put it in the studio, like most artists.
Okay, so how long have you been in the bipolar swing game?
I've been doing the bipolar swing thing since about, I would say, for the last 5 or 6 or 7 years or so. Just been trying to bring something different, something different as possible I can to the music game. First off, I'm a hip hop artist, but I'm transitioning into doing rock, pop, and a lot of other things. So that's the basis of bipolar swing for me, is a standard of music where you can do whatever genre, talk about whatever you want, like most artists do. But we're gonna categorize it and turn it into bipolar swing. That's the new thing.
Now, you mentioned rock. You have a band, and it's called Toilet Water.
Toilet Water is my band, that's right.
Can you explain the name?
Toilet Water, basically, a lot of my thoughts, a lot of my ideas come from me being in the bathroom. Really, really weird place. I guess everybody has their, their creative zone. And toilet water just basically means, I don't know if we can cuss on the show, but it just basically means we the shit. You know what I mean?
Right, then.
So the band is the shit, and that's why we call it the Toilet Water. And it's catchy, got a little ring to it.
So how is that transition for you from being hip hop to being rock pop?
Well, like I said, I think it's one of them things for me that it's always been there. I'm from the hood, of course, but my musical inspirations, I listen to hip hop music, rock music, all the way from, in the 80s, I was on the Run DMC to Aerosmith to Journey, some of the soft rock stuff. So I've always listened to all different types of music when I was younger. So, now I kind of got really, really comfortable with myself to start just bringing a lot of those, musical inspirations out of me.
I've seen you perform, and you bring so much energy to your performance. How do you get yourself that crunk?
Well, most of the time, most of my days and most of my time is spent with me being very calm, like I'm being now. So I think that persona of Ruka on stage is like an alter ego.
Because I was hyped. I didn't consider my seat. I didn't understand what was happening. It was just that good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, it's just an alter ego. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody had they time. You know what I'm saying? When they release, and for me, the stage is the time when I get a chance to just release whatever's going on. I just be free, and I can be a whole different superhero or cartoon character, whatever you want to be, and I use the stage for that.
Okay, so you do give back a lot to the community. Tell us about the organization that you're in.
We have a foundation. It's called Stars in the Sky Foundation, and we created it around 2002. We've been doing charity basketball games. Once a year, we bring out all the local artists, local DJs, business owners, and we do a basketball game, and we donate some of the proceeds to a charity. Well, Stars in the Sky donate, proceeds to different charities, and sometimes we keep it for our, at-risk youth that we do different things with in different programs. And it's a beautiful thing, man. I feel like, nowadays, just any day, it ain't even nowadays, it's been about that. You got to give back, and that's something that's really near and dear to my heart, is giving back and, trying to get somebody else an opportunity, to have a shot just to make it. Because, that's what it's really about. It's about everybody has somebody help them, everybody, you know what I mean? So, if we can fill the void for some of our youth out here, that really need it, that's what we want to do.
Now, I have to ask this question because it was a web question.
Okay.
The question is, what is your take on violence?
On violence, let's see. Violence is never good. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a good way. Violence can never be good. Like I said, unless it's I say like a how can we put this? An environment that is controlled, like boxing or MMA, or you know what I mean.
Right.
So when it's controlled, I guess it's okay because it's a sport and it's entertainment. But I mean, you know, violence ain't never good. You know what I mean? You hoping that nothing has to result to violence. But the one thing I can say, you know, we got to put the guns down. We definitely got to do that. So if you got a problem with me or the man next to you or Rita or anybody else, everybody should just fight. Just fight. After you fight, if you lost the fight, you shake their hand and, you know what I'm saying? Let it be that. So.
Okay, now, you know the reason for that question was, it's linked to your video.
Okay.
Shoot, turkey ham.
Okay.
Can you tell us what actually happened on that shoot?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're talking about the YouTube video.
Right. Where there was a knockout blow-thon.
Yeah.
Now, in your defense, I will say I never saw you throw a punch. I saw you back up and walk off the stage.
Yeah. Well, y'all know how it is when you're in the clubs, alcohol and the music get to going, and you know, people get excited. You know what I'm saying? People really get excited, and you know, a gentleman jumped on the stage, which I'm cool with it because it's about the fans. So we go to these shows, we want the fans to have a good time.
Right.
And you know, he jumped on the stage. I think he was definitely, you know what I'm saying, above the influence. He was definitely drunk as hell. So he jumped on stage, and you know, he was performing, and he was, you know, he was kind of interrupting the performance. And one of my guys on stage, you know, politely asked him, "Hey, brother, you know, maybe you should come on, get down on stage."
Okay.
And the dude was like, "No, like no," you know what I'm saying. And then I think he swung. Well, you can see on the YouTube video. I think he swung on my dude. You see my dude go back. And then you know how that is, you know, we like the Musketeers, all for one for all. So
and the rest is turkey ham history.
And the rest is the turkey damn ham history. So, you know, but shouts out to that brother. That wasn't, you know, I didn't put that video up there, somebody else did. And you know, he was just, I think he was just drunk. Okay. So yeah, that wasn't nothing personal.
So Ruck, under no circumstances, promotes violence.
I don't promote violence, you know what I'm saying? I just promote self-expression. You know what I'm saying? If you get really, really upset, just hit the wall. But I'll make sure it's your wall, not your mama's wall.
Okay, you were signed to the label for Mac 10. Tell us about that.
Right now, I'm currently still signed to Mac 10's label, Hoobagin Records. And, you know, for the most part, it was definitely a blessing to meet Mac. You know what I mean? I did some incredible things with him. And right now, we're just trying to see what the new page of the book is and turn another page. So hopefully we'll be able to continue our business relationship, or we'll just have to see what happens with that.
Because the song that I heard, I can't remember the name, the hook on it was so fantastic, but it was all you. Mm-hmm. And I think the hook really made the song.
Yeah. Actually, the record is called Like This, and y'all can go to YouTube and check that out. It's Mac 10 and A-Dog and myself. What happened was that song was originally my song. It was on my very first album called Escaped Off the Chains. My manager at the time had flew Mac 10 down here, and they produced a film called The Apocalypse of the Beauty Queen, and Mac was in the movie. They shot it like in Farmington, Missouri, you know, so it was like kind of country. And what they did was they brought him to St. Louis, you know, for some entertainment, and I had a party at the time. And when he came to the party, and he seen us, you know what I'm saying, he was blown away, basically. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how we built our relationship. And he heard a bunch of different songs, and he was like, "Man, I want this song, I want that song," you know. And I'm like, "Oh man," so you know, we was astonished, like, "Oh, you know what I mean, we want to straight about our songs." And the song that he put out, I was supposed to be on the song, but what ended up happening was they just kept me on the hook, and then him and Nate-Dogg ended up doing the song. But it was cool because I was in the video. I flew out to LA, had a great time, you know what I'm saying, rode in Bentleys even though they wasn't mine. And
but you did.
To the mansions even though it wasn't mine. And I had a good time.
Okay.
Best.
Before we end our interview, is there anything else you want to say? Give us a web page, anything?
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Check me out on Facebook. Like my fan page, Rukapuff, RUKAPUFF. Follow me on Twitter at Rukapuff, RUKAPUFF. Instagram, check me out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I be on there flexing my chest and stuff because, you know, I got muscles and shit. So,
you got muscles? Yes, because you will take your
shirt off. I got belly and muscles, so I'm kind of like fat and buff at the same time. Fluff. There we go. So.
Okay. Do you have any the web address for toilet water, or is that just the same?
Toilet water, you can just go to YouTube, put in Rukapuff. /, or just go Ruka Puff Toilet Water. Oh, excuse me. And the album, I got an album called End of Days, which will be available on iTunes in November. That's the rap album, and the rock album is the Toilet Water. It's me and my band. That's called Don't Pee on the Seat. That'll also be available in November. And you know, just look for many. We got a lot of good stuff going on. Many great things. A lot of artists. God is really blessing us right now, and we just working hard, man. And anybody want to work, let's work, man. So y'all get at me. We got a new artist center. All y'all artists out there, y'all need studio time. You want to go on tour, you know what I'm saying? We want to help you take your dream to the next level if we can. Just, you know, whatever y'all trying to do, we here.
Well, thank you, and thank you for supporting your community.
All right.